I'm going to cover the well-being sector. This market has exploded, and quite rightly so, with everything that's gone on in the last 18 months. But it's actually interesting. It is born out of that base part of your business of compensation and benefits. And in fact, 38% globally of wages are spent on insurance, health, and wellness. What's happened in the last 18 months, the pandemic has accelerated the need for these tools, less of your basic medical cover and more tools that are going to support the business. And it has grown into a $48 billion market with 6% growth year on year. So if you're sitting on here as an entrepreneur and wondering where you should maybe spend some of your hard-earned effort, perhaps well-being is the space to have a look at. But there's a challenge with that. Because it's growing, so many people are entering it, and a lot of the tools are free. So it's like, how do you pick? I'm going to ask for a quick bit of insight now. Burson categorizes 5 areas of well-being, but he also says there are 43 activities that he's put into this table. I'm not expecting you to read all 43. What I'm going to ask you to do in the poll that JP's about to share is to say to me, where in your organization are you focusing? Maybe you're doing something in all 5 categories. Maybe you're just covering a couple. You can have multiple selections here right now. So where are you spending time? That's great to see the first person saying mental well-being. That's really important. So where are you putting some time and investment? You can do multiple selections. So mental well-being coming out as the biggest area of your investment right now. Let me touch on a couple of things that Burson talks about in the report, and you'll see some additional tools that you can use. Okay, so there are a lot of new apps that are coming out that can help and provide your teams with, whether it's videos from Grokka about yoga and fitness on demand as you need it, or tools that just look at your mood and your preference of what's going on, things that track you. Microsoft and work are also getting in on these tools. I don't know about you, I get my Cortana update every day, letting me know what I need to remember, but also reminding me to book some focus time. I'm like, yeah, really? Okay, or learning time. It's giving me the prompts for that every day. One of these days, I'm going to say yes. But also everything we're wearing on our wrists is telling us, you know, get up and go for a walk. How well are we doing? How well should we be feeling? So there's a lot of tools in this area. I also found fascinating, some of you might be using BetterUp already. I know there's been some tests in the region. BetterUp is an AI-based coaching app, if you haven't heard of it. And basically you can put your information into BetterUp about what you're looking for, and it searches through AI and finds thousands of coaches to find the best fit for your business problem or personal problem needs. They're also, Spring Health and Lyra are doing that with psychiatrists for mental well-being. You put your information in and they help find the right person for you from a global network. I look here, only 25% of people are doing something in the financial sector, financial well-being. That worries me, I believe. There's a shocking stat that was shared in the report. Financial stress lowers productivity by $250 billion per year. Being worried about whether you can pay those loans or that bill, being caught up with bad debt or the wrong credit card or the wrong system or loan. How well are we educating our employees here about financial well-being? And is the gratuity system the right one if you're here in the UAE or in the Middle East? Is that going to set people up for their pension plans? Is it outdated? Is it something we need to review? And how are we helping? I know I've got a lot of banks on the call, so here's my plug. How are we helping people learn to save? When they do save, they get very little interest rates on that saving. And I know it's not possibly L&D's responsibility to figure that out, but I'm just letting you know. So, I mean, how do we help people financial well-being? I don't have the answers to that. I'd be really fascinated if some of you do. But it does keep me awake at night, making sure that people feel that they understand their futures. The other thing that was fascinating in this section about well-being is there's lots of platforms that are gathering data. The big boys, Oracle, SuccessFactors are also gathering data about you. Tricky issue is confidentiality. Do you want your employer to know your sleeping habits, your drinking habits, and how much weight you're currently trying to lose? Is that information that you want to be shared, or is that things you want to have protected? A UK study shows that over half of employees fear workplace monitoring, and 75% do not approve of mood or physical location monitoring. So it's difficult. We've got all of these extra tools, but how and when are we using them for the betterment of employees? And who foots the bill? So I was interested in this as a business owner, and Burson says clearly the company. So what they're saying is health, fitness, mental, physical, financial well-being is going to impact productivity and performance. So over time, these tools are all going to be things that you need to integrate into your HR system. And I'm curious to know how that might impact our medical insurance claims or medical insurance figures over the coming years. So it comes down to us, yet another thing we actually have to try and put into our toolbox as HR and learning professionals. So quite a lot to think about in that area. Building on this topic, I'm going to ask Rana to come back in and look at employee listening, engagement, and culture tools. This is another new deck of tools that are actually helping us get closer to our employees. So Rana, I'll hand the famous iPad baton over to you.
Thank you.